Hey guys, so today I'm gonna show you how I got all of these guys. Everything that you see right here I got in less than 2 hours. I even timed it. Didn't even take me 2 hours to get these, and I'm gonna show you how I did it. Now the great thing about this is not just the fact that you can get every single one of these to drop, it's the fact that you can get them to drop so much that you can actually specify each one of them a lot more easily. Like this guy up here, he's a magazine size 10. I believe they go all the way up to 13 if you actually wanted to keep going for it, and 50% on it. These guys are both longbows. I could have kept going until I got a bolt, but for time's sake I just didn't want to. I know these child grenades, they go anywhere from like ×3, ×4, all the way up to ×6, maybe 7 or so. Getting that at a ×6 was pretty awesome, and the fact that they're both longbows with very short fuse times. All these conference calls, these guys are really amazing shotguns. I have them in my inventory. I've got this guy because I like the scope on it better. I just like it better. And this guy, as you can see on the stats there, it's a ×7. That's really what you want to shoot for, the ×7 guys. Most of them are all ×5s. I believe these guys are all ×5. It's really difficult to get a ×7, but it's worth it if you can find it. Especially this guy here. I was actually really excited when this guy dropped because of all the million times that I have done this process over and over again. Not one single time have I ever gotten a caustic one. I mean, I've spent hours trying to get this thing to drop, and I've never gotten one. I've gotten a million of these other guys, but never have I gotten one of these, so I'm pretty excited about having that guy. So that one I'm definitely keeping. The other ones I already have other stuff of, or I just don't want it. That guy I really care less about. I'm not sure if I actually have one of these. I think I might have gotten rid of it and then regretted it, so I'm going to keep that one too. And this one's got a 50% critical damage on it too, which is also pretty rare. It's got a really good accuracy, and that's actually a very decent one too. I might keep that one. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how I did all this in less than 2 hours. Okay, so this is where you want to be at. As I'm sure most of you know, the drop rate for his legendary weapons is extremely high. Unfortunately, it's only that high when you're right here on this final mission part right here. If you've already killed Jack and ended this, unfortunately you're gonna have to play the game all the way through again just to get back here at this point. Because if you've already killed him and you're just farming the warrior, the drop rates are going to be normal as anything else, and it's going to take you forever, as I'm sure you know too. It'll take you days to get all that stuff that I just showed you up there. So once you get to this point, you have a very few precious seconds to find the legendary that he drops, grab it, put it in your inventory, and save and exit back to the menu screen. And you're going to want to save and exit before that bright purple light gets real bright. I'll show you that here in a second. Yeah, I usually come right here after I press the button. I kind of perch myself right up here so that I can see everything flying through the air, because the great part with this is that his legendary weapon will usually end up right here. Wow. Will usually end up right there, right around here, right back here, and once in a while back here, but not very often, and it'll end up right up here too. Those are the really convenient ones when it just ends up right here. But once it hits and it goes out there, you're just going to try to find it as fast as you can. If it falls back here, just wait for him to slide back a little bit. Those are the more pain in the butt ones. So you got to wait for him to slide back and then grab it and exit and save. And then get back to the main menu as fast as you can, and I'm going to show you that. If he doesn't drop one here, don't worry about it. If you try and do this, you know, if it goes like 3 or 4 times without him dropping a legendary, or without you finding one, like don't get discouraged. You're just on a mean streak, you know. Keep doing it. They will drop all the time. You will find them all the time, I promise. So we're gonna hit this. And like I said, I just kind of wait back here so I can see, and nothing flew through the air, so I already know it's not back there. Once in a while I'll pause it like this, because that really allows me to just kind of freeze frame it and let me take a look at what's out there so I can try to grab it. Because like I said, you have a very limited window here to actually find it and to grab it. he actually dropped one, of course. Anyways, this is the light I'm talking about. You can go a little bit further, like right there. What you just saw, that's the very, very brief window that you have to actually find this legendary, grab it, and then get back to the main menu again. When you save and exit and go back to the main menu, when you come back in, you'll have all three of those mission objectives still available. The first one being the calm moonshot, and that's the important part. If you let it go any further than this at all, and this purple light reaches like its peak brightness, for some reason it just transitions right there. There's not an auto save icon on the screen that I've ever noticed, but for some reason it transitions and you'll ruin the whole thing. And I'll show you ways around that here in a little bit. I'm going to do this a few times just to hopefully see if it drops a legendary for me. It doesn't just ruin this whole thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit back to the menu here. And if I were you, I would take this thing offline too. You'll notice how it cuts quite a few seconds off right there, because you're going to be doing this over and over and over and over, and it makes it a lot faster if you just put it offline, so you don't have to reconnect with the server every time you're at the main menu. And we're right back where we started.
Slice your eyelids so you can watch the end.
And when you hit that, there it is. Now we got it. And yeah, I've gotten pretty quick at it. I usually know where they're gonna end up at though. It does take some practice. Just don't get discouraged easily. Just keep trying at it. You will get the hang of it. Another one, what do you know? And don't go any further than that right there. Now I'm going to show you here in a few seconds here what you can do if you do go too far with that bright light, or if you just want to give yourselves more time. So there's a couple other ways around this.
Who wants the first slice?
Alright, this time I'm going to let it go too far. Now if you're not comfortable with that very, very brief window, there's another way. It will take you a little bit longer. I just do it faster because I want to get through it real quick. I just want to try to farm out as many legendaries as I can. But if you want more time, I'm just going to hit this here and I'm going to let it go past the light. I suppose I can show you guys the stuff that I actually got here. Got that before, but those are the two that you saw me pick up previously. Still here in my inventory. Everything you pick up will be there. trying to... Yeah, there we go. Nice slag. And right here, you'll see that the mission objective is gone. Don't think that that's any kind of indication either, that mission objective, because even though it takes a little longer for it to go away, it doesn't matter. Like, don't screw around with that light. Don't let it get very, very bright, because you will end up screwing the whole thing up. And once you quit and exit, and you've done it too late, when you come back in from the main menu, you'll be right here at this point, and you will no longer be able to call in that moonshot, and it'll screw the whole thing up. And there's another way around that too, and I'll get to that here in a second. But if you do go too far, or you want more time on purpose, just kind of look around for things. All you're going to do right here is just close the game down. If you save and exit, you will ruin it, like I said, and that objective will be gone. You'll be stuck right here while you'll be ready to kill Jack, and it'll ruin the whole thing. So I'm going to close this down real quick and then show you how to get it back.
Yeah, I could have saved.
Alright, I closed the game down, opened it back up. Take this offline. And boom, we're right back with the call moonshot objective again. So like I said, if you want to give yourself more time, you know, choose whichever way works best for you. If you want to do it the quicker way, just make sure you exit before that light gets too bright. If not, just go ahead and let it pass, or take as much time as you need, and then close the game down. That is going to take longer though, because you're going to have to close the game down and open it back up every time, and that gets kind of taxing. But start out doing it that way if you need to, until you get more comfortable, and then just do the exit and save like I showed you. Now, I do a lot of cool stuff on this game with backup saves. I do all sorts of stuff with the golden keys, with Tannis's relics. Right before you do this mission, she'll give you a relic, as I'm sure you know when you're talking to all the people in Sanctuary. And I do a lot of other cool stuff, and this is one of them. After you beat the warrior and you get Jack to this point, you're going to exit and save, and then when you end back up at that fast travel point, you're going to close the game down, and then under the settings you can go to, there's an option where you can get to your save files. I can't recall what it's called off the top of my head, unfortunately, but there's a place where you can get to your backup saves, and I have a couple of USB drives, and then there's the option of your online save option, or your backup options, and you're going to take this character and this profile right here at this point when you go back to that save, that fast travel station, and you're going to transfer that save file as a backup to your online or a USB, or both if you want, just to be safe. So that if you do hit this and you let that light, you're doing it the way that I usually do it when you're trying to exit before the light gets too bright, and you accidentally screw it up. And once you do this right here and you let that light go too far, you will screw it up permanently, and you're going to have to beat the whole game over again just to get to this point. Or you can close the game down and bring your backup save, nice, bring your backup save back over, and you'll be right here again. Now when you do that, you need to be extremely careful, because whatever you have in your inventory here when you created that backup save is what you're going to have when you bring it back over. So let's say I'm right here and I've already created a backup save, and I do this a few times. I find 2 or 3 legendary weapons that I would have wanted, and then the 4th time I screw it up and I exit and save when the light gets too bright, and I screw this whole thing up. You've got 2 choices to make. You can either deal with it and keep the weapons that you have in your inventory, or you can bring your save file back over. But at that point, if you bring your save file back over, you will lose everything you picked up in those last 3 you know, those last 3 farms, whatever you happen to have grabbed, because like I said before, that backup save will only have what you have right here when you created it. So if you find a legendary weapon that you really, really like, just close the game down and create a brand new backup save. Just send that save back over and overwrite your previous backup save to your online or your USB. You're just going to have to keep making backup saves so that if you do require it and you need to bring it back over, you're not going to lose everything that you were picking up before. And hopefully that makes sense to you. Unfortunately, PlayStation doesn't record the menu screen, so there's no way I can really show you that right now in this video. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If not, just, you know, let the light go too far and get some practice in there, and then you'll get the hang of it, and you'll be able to do it, you know, the way that I do it here. Like I said, it usually drops right in this vicinity over here, or up top where I was before. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you found it helpful or useful in any way, just hit that subscribe button, drop a like. If you want me to do any other videos and show you guys what I do with the backup saves, like to get all of Tannis's relics, I can get any one of her relics, all of them at the same time, just one after another, or with the golden keys or anything else, you know, just drop it down in the comments section, and I'll try to do some more videos on this, because I got a whole bunch of different really useful stuff that can give you a huge advantage in the game when it comes to the backup save. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.